our fourth finger is the weakest one. The pinky is also weaker than the other fingers, but in my opinion, the fourth finger is the weakest one. It is the most tricky one. And that's simply because of genetics and this whole structure here. So all piano players struggle with the same shit. Oops, am I even allowed to say that here out loud? Anyways, you are not alone, okay? That's what I want to tell you. And so now this lesson is all about the fourth finger and how we can get it stronger, okay? So start taking your arm here and put your other arm here. And then just simply start with tapping each finger twice. Okay? And then you'll recognize already the fourth finger, it doesn't go up higher. That's just how it is, okay? Pinky, again, you can lift it up quite high, okay? Don't force yourself to lift this up higher. It's not possible. Maybe with a little bit of training, a little bit higher is possible, but still you won't be able to lift it, for example, like the second finger, okay? So don't worry about that. But this exercise is already quite nice to just control each finger separately, okay? But now let's do some exercises on the piano. So for the first exercise on the piano, just put down all your fingers. I'm now actually on my C position, so just put your thumb here on the C and then just press down all the fingers. Okay, and now let's pick a rhythm, let's say, okay, and now this rhythm you do with all the fingers tapping, but the other fingers hold. Let me show you. So all the fingers are down, okay, and then. Now you do the same thing with the second finger. Now third finger. Fourth finger, pinky. And now you just go down again. Okay, so with this exercise it's very important that despite the fact that all the fingers are down, the others do not cramp. So please make sure that this is still quite relaxed, okay? So once they are down, you do not need that much strength to hold them down, okay? Okay. Of course, we also do this exercise with our left hand, so just choose a position. I do also take now the C position here. Press all the keys down. And now just tap them separately. And thumb. And see now what happened. The little finger here, the pinky, maybe you noticed, while I played the thumb, went up a little bit, okay? That's because the pinky is a little bit weak, okay? So important thing here, try to control that the keys stay down, okay? And that they do not move up like this while you play the other fingers, okay? And then you can also try both together, okay? Okay, very nice. So this is a super easy trick you can do before playing your song or whatever. It's super nice for the finger independency, and also it strengthens each finger, and especially super nice for the fourth and the pinky, okay? If you liked the video so far, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below. So that was the first exercise. Now for the next exercise, let me show you the simple C scale. So for the C scale, you probably know, you go up, then after the third finger you tuck under, and then you go down again. Okay, so maybe you noticed now that the fourth finger only played once. Once when we went up, and then a second time when we went down again. But all the other fingers, they play more often. Let's see, for example, the first one, the thumb here. Now the thumb plays again. Also the second finger plays here and also here. Same with the third finger. But the fourth finger only plays once here. So that's why we need to strengthen our fourth finger even more, okay? So that's why we do not play the scale the usual way, but we repeat the fourth finger. Let me show you. So, what did I do? I went up, and now I play 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go down again. Okay, that way you practice the fourth and also the fifth finger even more, okay? You can do the scale also with your left hand, but with your left hand it's different. You start already with the repetition, you know, because the fourth finger is here, and normally the usual scale goes like this. You go up, go down. Also same principle here. The fourth finger is only playing once, while the other fingers, they play more often, okay? So that's why we also do the repetition here. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go up and we go down again, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And down. Very nice. So those are two simple tricks you can practice to give your fourth and also your fifth finger a little bit more strength, okay? Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, of course you can also try to play the scale with your right hand and with your left hand that I just showed you together. But if you are a beginner, don't do it. It's a little bit complicated as far as the coordination is concerned, okay? This is really if you want to challenge your right and left hand independency, you can try this, okay? Let me show you how it goes. So the scales I just showed you stay the same. So with your left hand you do this one here 4 times, and you go up here and do here the repetition with your right hand, okay? So now with your left hand you go up, and with your right hand you do now the repetition. And now you go down with both hands. Okay, now this really needs a lot of control of your hand independency, okay? So no worries if you cannot do this yet, or if you also don't want to try it, okay? The important thing is practice the repetition here with your right hand and also with your left hand when you do the scales, okay? So you probably heard already of the famous Hainan exercises. And yes, they are famous because they are actually good. Those are good exercises to train your fingers, to train finger independency, and also to train the strength of each finger, okay? But I totally get that if you say they are super boring to practice and I don't want to. That's why I'm only gonna show you one exercise, and that's in my opinion not a very tricky one, and it's also super nice for our fourth finger, okay? So for the Hainan exercise, we do this. We start here with the thumb. Now normally the Z position would look like this, right? But now we go one note higher. So we stretch our pinky to the A. And now we go one note down, back to the A. F, back to the A. E, back to the A. And then we start again, okay? Let's repeat it. So we start here with the C. Go to the A, one note down, back to the A, another note down, always go back to the A, okay? And now we repeat just the same thing. We are here now with our thumb on the D, we stretch out to the B, one note higher. And we do the same thing, okay? So we can also do it with both hands. So with the left hand it would look like this, also stretch it out here to the A. And then we are on the D and we repeat. And so on, okay? So together it will sound like this. And so on, okay? If you wanna now strengthen your fourth finger, let's also do here a little repetition with the fourth finger, okay? Instead of playing the normal Hainan exercise, that goes like this, which is also again super nice already, you can do the repetition with the fourth finger so that this one gets more attention, okay? Because we want to strengthen that one. Okay, so let me show you. You start here in the C, but you do not play it only once, but let's say 3 times. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so on. And when we do now this exercise with the left hand, we need to do the repetition here on the E, because the fourth finger is now here, right? So we did also 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so on, of course, okay? Well, now maybe you ask me, how much do I have to practice those exercises, those warm-ups? Well, that's why I made another video for you with the perfect practice routine adapted to all different kind of levels, okay? So it doesn't matter if you are just a beginner or already a little bit advanced. Watch this video here to know how to integrate those exercises into your practice routine.